This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Well, good morning. It's been a fantastic week working here in Italy with my brother, welding up that gorgeous hand railing around the new terrace outside of our bedroom. And today we're going to use his skills to weld up a few extra fun little projects, as well as later on finishing up the stair railing that goes down the actual staircase outside of the terrace. But for now, we're breaking away from, the safety railings and all of that. We're going to do something decorative and fun, which is really exciting anytime we have the opportunity to break away from the main construction and do something that really, helps spruce the place up a little bit. We're gonna be welding up some really special planter boxes to go right outside this front door. As you walk up to this front door, I really wanna see two planter boxes kind of flanking either side of this entry door. I already really love how we have the lights that flank either side of this main entry door. And since there's so many exterior doors along here, even going into the kitchen there, to the office / guest bedroom, and then of course the utility room down there, it's nice to have your eye drawn again with these stones here with the light, and then now adding the planter boxes either side. The style that I want to go for is a rusted planter box look. It's kind of a really beautiful modern mixed with old style. I've seen a lot of old stone building restorations like this that have brought in some kind of rusted metal work, whether it's staircases or planter boxes. I really like that look, especially if you plant some green shrubbery here. So that's the look we're going for. And these really, honestly, should be super easy to smash out rather quickly. So based on all this noise, I can hear that you've started without me here.
Yep.
Man, this is gonna go so fast. So if you missed the introduction from the last video, this is my brother Devin, the expert welder of our family. He flew all the way here from Michigan to help us out. And as I mentioned, if you missed our last video, we've been welding up this hand railing, and by we I mean he's been doing it. I mean, he has taught me a little bit. I did get a brief turn welding, but realistically, with a project like this, it's best to save it for the professional.
You throw around that term professional very freely.
Well, talk me through what we're doing here.
We're just cutting 45s in these, and then we will weld them together to make a frame, and then cover it in the sheet metal to make the planter boxes.
Basically, we'll take this tubing and use it as like an internal skeleton for the box for rigidity, and then we'll clad everything with a thinner metal, and then somehow rust it, which I still need to Google how you do that. You mix up some chemicals and spray it on, and we'll figure it out later.
It's going to be a little bit different. It's a lot thinner material.
Yeah, let me give it a go, because so I'm assuming this is intentionally left separated just to make it stronger. Once the weld fills it, there's more the result of the 45 not being perfect.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
So for you, I would actually probably do.
No, this is a good one to start on. Come on.
This is a good one to start on.
Hook me up.
Here. That one's going to be challenging.
Because the metal's so thin, is that why?
It's
or?
very thin.
Okay. So I can't spend too much time on it or I'll punch a hole with it. Okay. What?
That was pretty good.
I mean, come on!
Yeah. A little bit slower and a little bit wider.
Okay.
To get the weld.
Cool. But for that one, it's okay. I'm gonna try the challenging one, okay?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that is hard. So what do you do? Alright, that makes sense. You're just going slow and building up the edges.
Slow, just stop, let the metal visibly cool down,
okay,
and then re-go. Like sometimes, for these, I'm doing them completely wrong. You're supposed to tack all the way around.
Gotcha.
Because most likely, that one's separate.
Yeah.
So then it's just, but it's thin enough where we're just going to bend it back.
Sure.
And be fine. Yeah.
Cool.
A little bit of air hole, but it's a weld.
Nice.
Okay, how bad? How bad are we?
It's a planter box.
I know it's a planter box. 108. 108. Perfect.
He's being more precise with the planter box than he was with the hand railing. same time they do the grinding, it's for the shot. Alright, so explain to me what you're doing here.
Just using the one we already made as a template to make sure the two are the exact same. So when we go to put them together, it doesn't look twisted at all.
Okay. So then explain, why do we have that gap there?
Because I'm lazy and I don't want to recut it.
That's quite the gap to fill.
Yeah.
So I remember growing up watching my dad welding and working on other projects, and he always would save every scrap of metal, every ounce of metal to use in future projects, whether it's welding or whether he was collecting all of the scraps to melt it down to forge something, whether it's a knife or something like that. But it means that all of these scraps we'll be picking up, and I don't know if I'll ever melt anything down or not, but we'll make sure to save everything that we can save for future projects. No, go back and do the head whip. I feel like that's the male equivalent of the hair whip.
Hair whip.
Go for it. There you go.
That was a good one.
Yes!
Look at that one.
Thank you.
It's called stacking dimes. See the layered like circles?
You know, the funny thing is, I know that's a good thing, but I don't know how I did that. I think it was accidental, to be honest. Wear gloves.
Yeah. Be the smart thing to do. So much prep work for 3 seconds of welding.
It looks big right now, but wait till you see it all put together properly. We've decided to take a little field trip and set it in place, and you know, just make sure it's not too big before we clad it with the outside steel. And he's nervous. Is it too tall? Now it's too short. Do you have any other solutions? You're so annoyed with me. I have to call Heather. I need her approval. I think it's gonna look really cool. Hey, how's it going? I need your approval on something. Okay. So we just welded up a planter box, or rather the frame to the planter box. Is it too big? So it's not gonna go this close to the house, but like, so that'll be all rusted and whatnot, and then there'll be like green shrubs growing out of it. I'm just a little insecure that it's a little bit too tall, but I don't know. I'm actually feeling pretty good about it.
I think it's amazing. I think it looks really nice.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Hey guys, really quick, I just want to take a brief minute to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out a brand new business or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it super easy to build a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell products online. What I personally love about Squarespace is their design intelligence, which combines 2 decades of design expertise along with cutting-edge AI technology to allow you to easily create a digital brand and website. That combined with their flexible website templates and easy to customize options allows you to get your business up and running in no time. I've personally been using Squarespace going back approximately 10 years now, and I highly recommend it. So if you're ready to give it a try, head to squarespace.com/raisingvoyagers for your completely free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you'll get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. But with that, let's get back to the video. Good. Hold up. Close enough.
They do not like that.
Did you burn through 2 discs on
Yeah.
that? That's insane. You sure? Because it's a little bit off, you know. Oh no, there's like actually in your shoe. Those are not exactly
I got one this one too.
Did you do that on purpose?
No. Did not.
So those are very inappropriate shoes for working. They're also very inappropriate shoes for climbing. We went and we hiked the tallest mountain in the area, and there's still snow up there, and those are the shoes that he went up with.
Having to change the bottles every 5 minutes because they run out. We're growing a collection over here.
So how large are the bottles that you're used to?
What are these? 1 liter? So probably like 50 liters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all they'll sell me here. Turns out you need special paperwork and special permission and a special license to buy anything more than those tiny little 1 liter bottles. I think it's probably adding a lot of money to the project as a result of buying them in such small quantities. But since I'm not licensed in Italy for welding, that's all I'm allowed to buy. Oh, the camera's in the way. Who put the camera there? You look funny. So that's the box all assembled, and we've managed to leave a slit here, which is, I don't know, probably, do you think it's enough for drainage, or should we cut some more holes in it?
Probably gonna have to punch some more holes.
Yeah, that's just how it naturally turned out, because we were using every last bit of scrap to cover up the bottom here. But yeah, probably should drop in a few more drainage holes. Now there's just a few more welds to go and grind it all up. It's finished. Want to come around this way? Oh man, don't fall off the stairs. Right here. That's cool. I like it. Man, that's gonna be so nice. All right, so we gotta do it one more time to have 2 either side of the door, but I'm not gonna take you through that entire experience. So, well, actually, do you wanna do the honors?
Sure.
All right. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, there you go.
Only what, 3 or 4 hours?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. It's been a long day. Let's go get some good food.
Okay.
Well, good morning. Getting a little bit of a late start today as I had to run to town for supplies. Devin's already well onto the steel railing that goes down the exterior stairs. I'm about ready to mix up some chemicals. these are all of the chemicals we need to accelerate the rusting process on the planter boxes. It's also a process that we want to use for our door hinges. I was just talking to the guy who's manufacturing our internal doors about last night. So this will be the test run for that. But basically it's a majority mixture of hydrogen peroxide, a partial mixture of white vinegar, and some table salt as an accelerator. I'm going to do a few test patches on some scrap metal just to make sure that I like the mixture and the effects, and I'll experiment with like buffing it out with steel wool first, but it should instantly create a really cool patina and rust effect.
So can you hold it from this way?
Yep.
So this is the angle of the stairs.
The tack's gonna come loose.
Yeah.
Sorry. What? The tack came loose. It wasn't me. Tack it again.
Ugh. Bend.
Be honest, was it easier doing this by yourself?
That should stay.
Cool. Okay. So for all of the hand railing, he built it in place because we had anchors in place. And this, we're building it freestanding, and we'll attach it with bolts later on. We can't attach it now because we're still waiting for a piece of metal to come. It was supposed to come a few days ago, but you know, that's how it goes. So this concrete stairs is what we're working on right here, and we're still waiting for the fascia to come in that will block all of that concrete. I've mentioned many times before that we don't want any visible concrete whatsoever, so on the side we'll have metal fascia covering that, and then on the tops, I believe we're gonna end up tiling it with an exterior grade tile, just because if we use stones, it'll end up being too slippery. But that tile will be at the very end, the last thing we do. The fascia should, I think they were supposed to be here yesterday or 2 days ago, but hopefully this week. But for now, we're going to keep moving forward, welding the hand railing, and then we'll be able to attach it after the fascia is on. Watch your head.
It's only gonna be.
I think aesthetically, coming up, having like a good 5 centimeters of clearance on the peaks of the steps is best. I'm gonna mark the inside,
And the outside.
inside and the outside.
That way I can measure for the top section. 8.1 pieces.
So are we having fun?
No.
No, he says no. How many times have we cut and redone this thing?
Too many.
Too many. Getting the angles right. It'd be so much easier if we could just tack these in permanently and then work off of it, but because it has to stay floating while we wait for that metal to arrive, it's making it really difficult. And you're not happy, are you?
No, I'm not.
No, he's not happy. All right, so after several hours of frustration, especially for Devin, sorry, we have realized that we built our stairs curved somehow. So even though we spent a long time measuring these stairs, it actually curves like properly in terms of the height. So the template that we built originally, it created problems. So we made a template off of a sample of 4 stairs here, and then use that same template at the top and the bottom. But because the stairs actually run curved slightly, it created a bad angle here and compounded that bad angle up there as well. It's funny because you can't perceive the stairs are curved, but when now you're working on something as precise as this metal work, it's cost several hours of headache, and we just realized the problem.
I don't know how that's staying up, but it is.
Does it bother you at all to be grinding right next to a propane tank?
Close. The thing is, when I weld this, it's gonna pull it back.
Okay,
So
I'll keep an eye on it.
keep it
Yep.
Even
go for
start it away from it.
Start it towards the wall.
Towards the wall.
Okay.
And then
go ahead. Cool. You didn't put it in a brace.
Huh?
You didn't put it in a brace.
Oh, no, I didn't. Now we check to make sure that the heights are the same.
Cool.
Do you have, I think you have the
Yep. All right. Outside, outside.
Put it on the top of the rail.
To the outside is 79.2. 78.
Okay. This one's got to come up. Do you have any clamps long enough? You do.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And make sure all of these are the same.
There you go. Now you're thinking.
I mean, that's pretty good.
So if any of you have ever experienced jet lag, then you'll know the intense brain fog. It's not just waking up at 2 a.m. not being able to sleep. It's intense brain fog and the inability to do math, and in this case, math and geometry, or whatever you want to call it. And, well...
Got to measure, and I just added the two pieces together.
We're missing a little spindle there.
Yeah.
So-
I was supposed to cut this one, and these were supposed to be together closer. So now we have to cut here and add one there.
So I think most people looking at this, they'd see the spacing like this and realize that this one's a little bit bigger, but it wouldn't bother them that much. But someone here is a little bit OCD.
Yeah.
And wants to fix it. So what's the solution?
Well, I take this thing,
Basically cut the whole thing in half.
yeah, and then add that much to it.
Elongate cut it in half, elongate it by like 3 centimeters.
Which we already were a little short.
On the short side.
Yeah, so this will help.
All the things. The jet lag's really hitting us today. This has been taken apart and remade 6 or 7 times now, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it.
Is Saturday supposed to rain?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's in my hood. Okay.
All right, go for it. Good as new.
Yep. Nothing happened.
Nobody will ever know.
Cut that part out.
So last night after we finished working here, I went over to the guy who's manufacturing our internal doors to take a look, and man, they are looking so fantastic. All of the internal doors are being manufactured out of chestnut, but done so in a way that really matches the original style of the doors. So we studied the original doors and kind of found a style that matched that. They're even gonna be assembled using hand-hammered nails from our local blacksmith. So it's gonna be a really special look. And I got to go to his wood shop last night. see the progress that he's made, as well as pick out some color samples and choose something that fits natural. They're going to be almost pretty close to the natural color of chestnut here, just a little bit darker, as that stain helps protect the wood long term. I think he needs another month or so to get them ready before we can hang them, but it's really going to transform the interior of the house as well as the exterior of the house, because there'll be two really large accordion barn doors that cover the two ends of the house, bringing it back to that original barn look. We ended up getting rained out the last couple of days, but we did manage to get the handrail completely painted. In fact, it was painted just very briefly before all of the rains set in. We did not, however, get a chance to finish the handrail, and as you can see, it's not mounted. Because there was so much rain, they weren't able to come and put that side piece of metal. So as a result, we have not mounted that because that has to go on first, but the hand railing is finished. I can show you that here. We've just got it propped up out of the rain currently as we're waiting for that piece of metal to arrive. But for now, just look at how beautiful the rest of this railing is, and really just how incredible this space becomes as a result of it now being secured in. I could not be more thrilled with the results. I think it really frames the balcony beautifully, and to have this experience of building this with my brother is truly something special, especially as to me, this is like the heart of the home. I think most people would say maybe the living room or the kitchen is the heart of the home, but for me, this is where I want to spend all of my time, especially mornings and evenings, enjoying this view with a nice cup of coffee. As far as the planter boxes, those are finished and ready to be rusted. I just wasn't happy with my rust test samples. I did about 6 or 7 eventually and just wasn't pleased with it. So I want to pause that for now, do some more research, figure out how to get the exact color. If you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments, but I'll revisit that later on. But with that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching and for supporting us, and we will see you in our next video.